Right, so hey guys, and welcome to Catania. So, tonight we fly the Airbus A319 from Catania to Milan Linate, and as always with a premiere, it's the flight time on the real world. Although I'm not sure if I'm actually on the 319 or 20 RL, as the aircraft doesn't quite get booked until the flight, depends on demand. But yes, flying up North State. Yesterday, as you should know, flew in the 717. And yeah, time for us to head back home. We fly to Linate, where I then catch a connecting flight in an E190 to London City Airport. So that certainly is a nice little bonus at the end of that one. So pretty much standard. We're doing it from a turnaround point of view, and the main things we got to do is program the FMS, and then make sure our passengers are ready to board as well. So first things first, we shall make sure that we've got fuel on board, and from there we take out the rest of the packs. We'll do the packs first, since that way we have the numbers and everything. So pop up menu, start flights. We're flying from Lima India Charlie Charlie to Limo. Time to take off 15 minutes. Flight time is 1 hour 50. 32,000 we're cruising at, with the flight number AZ1704. Flying an A319. 131 on board, so that sounds good to me. No Wi-Fi, no music, no custom. That will do. Next we'll go to Tolis. So it's still 131 on board. Nope, almost. There we go. Cargo's fine, apply the settings, and fuel on board is 10,088, so 10,100 will do. Quick refuel, and sorted. So first set of passengers now start boarding the aircraft, and we are ready to start setting up the FMS. So go to initialization. We're flying from Catania to Milan. Flight number is Alpha Zulu 1604. Go for 2-3 as a standard, with an average winds right now of 164 at 025. Looks good to me. Next page, be 25.0/50, and block fuel is 7.1. Will do. Next is flight plan. Plug in our waypoints for today. So first waypoint is Pecods. Oops. From here we then take Tango 111 to Della. Following Mike 729 to Gilio, and it's Quebec 704, Q 704 to Calamo, and that there is our flight plan sorted. Departure runway, we can grab the ATIS first, refresh that. So we shall be using runway 08 on the Peco 5 Alpha. Insert you. Perfect. So our flight plan's now sorted. Let's go say hello to our passengers, shall we? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this flight. Alitalia 1704 from Linate, from Catania, sorry, to Milan Linate. We'll be pushing back very shortly and on our way to Milan, so we ask you sit back, relax, enjoy the flights. Not sure I've got the airport's muddled up, but hey, general public address. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard this flight. Alitalia 1704 from Linate, from Catania, sorry, to Milan Linate. We're pushing back very shortly and on our way to Milan, so we ask you sit back, relax, enjoy the flights. since we now have whoops, didn't want to do that. Since we now have our fuel on board, we can turn on the seatbelt sign. It's fine. And we can now start setting up the rest of the aircraft. So, APU we shall turn on shortly. And the aircraft's passengers boarding. In fact, we'll say passengers boarded now. So they can all drive away. And we can see all the exits. After turn on the APU, of course. So toeless, ground services, close the door, close and close. That all looks good. So now I'm going to want to make sure that our performance is set up. So back to the toeless screen, go to config, using flaps 2. Let's have a look. So 144, 152, 154, 1 slash down 1, flex temp 58. That's our takeoff sorted.
On behalf of
You
the
get a
cabin
flight
crew,
plan.
I'd like to welcome you aboard our flight. As you find your seat, be sure to place your larger carry-on items in the overhead bins and smaller items underneath the seat in front of you.
Cruising at
If you
3-2.
have trouble finding a location for any of your
Should be
carry-on
everything.
items, please use the flight attendant call button over your seat and somebody will assist you. If the overhead bin is full after you put your carry-on inside of it, please close the bin as a courtesy to other passengers. Once all your items are put away, please clear the aisle and sit down in your seat to allow other passengers to find their seats as well. If you are seated in an emergency exit row, please read the exit seating responsibilities in
So,
the safety card.
as we are now ready to go,
Please make sure you are willing and able to perform the actions
please
required.
better push back.
If you are not
Start
able
push
to
back.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
That'll be in the right direction already.
Ground to
Actually,
cockpit. Tow is driving up.
better push back. Stop.
You are free to use your portable electronic devices during the boarding process. We
Ground to
that
cockpit.
larger electronic
Please show me
devices
where you want to go.
depart from the gate.
No,
Thank
she wants to be
you and
facing
welcome aboard.
this way. It's runway 08. Taking me into this direction, I've just realised, so I'll click on you. Right, that makes a bit more sense.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
Here it comes. So very shortly, we'll now be ready for push and start. Again, one quick final check of the overheads, make sure that's all set correctly, which it is. No need for a dome light. Seatbelt signs are active, no smoking automatic. Beacon stripes come on. And that is that. Make please active, that's fine. Engine please, that's fine. Packs
Okay, all doors and
automatic.
hatches are closed. Ready to connect.
Yeah, it's fine. So, as I say, we're pushing back in a couple of moments. Yes, that's GMT there, 1539, 1639 in Italy. I'll take off back quarter 2. There you go, the aircraft's now been lifted.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Parking brake released.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Sounds good to me. Engine ignition starts. Engine 2 starts.
We're ready to go when you are.
Sounds good. We're already going. Yeah, so as of yesterday in the 717, we have ourselves an evening flight. Suns will be setting. Hopefully the bloom won't be as bad as it usually is, but we'll see what happens. Engine 1 starts.
To release your seatbelt, lift the upper portion of the buckle. We suggest that you keep your seatbelt fastened throughout the flight as we may experience unexpected turbulence. Please take a few moments to now locate one of the several emergency exits on this aircraft. In some cases, your nearest exit may be behind you. In case of an emergency and we need to evacuate the aircraft, there is lighting on the floor that will guide you towards the exit.
It's fine.
In the event that the cabin loses pressure, an oxygen mask will drop right in front of you. To start the flow of oxygen, pull
As
the
soon as
mask
engine 1
towards you.
starts up
Place
fully,
it
we'll then be able to turn
firmly
off
over your
the
nose and mouth,
ignition,
and secure the
bring
elastic
power
band
onto the
behind your
engines,
head.
disconnect
Tighten
the
the straps
APU,
if necessary and breathe
and then
normally.
taxi to the
Although the bag
runway.
does not inflate, oxygen is flowing to the mask. If you are traveling with a child or someone who requires assistance, secure your mask first and then assist others. Leave your mask on until a member of the crew advises you it's safe to remove it.
There we
In
go.
the unlikely event of a water landing, a life vest is located in a pouch under your seat or between the armrests. When instructed to do
Okay,
so,
engine 1
open
now
the plastic
available.
pouch and remove the vest.
So
Switch
that
it over
comes
your
off.
head. Wrap the straps around your waist and buckle
APU
at the
bleed
front.
off.
Pull the strap
APU
to tighten.
off.
To inflate the vest, pull firmly on the red cord only when exiting the aircraft. If your life vest does not inflate automatically, blow into the mouthpieces for manual inflation. Each vest is equipped with a whistle and light. If necessary, your seat cushion can be used as a secondary flotation device. Pull the cushion from
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Park brake set. Catania's not a massive runway, so
Disconnecting tow.
X2 should
Stand
be
by.
pretty good for us.
Please securely stow your personal items. Make sure your seatbelts are fastened and seat backs and tray tables are in their full upright position. We remind you that this is a non-smoking flight. Tampering with, disabling, or destroying the smoke detectors located in the lavatories is
We
prohibited
should
by
do a
law.
full takeoff
All
check.
of this information and more can be found in the
brakes
safety
up to
card
max,
located
signs
in the
are
seat
on,
back in front of you.
cabin
We suggest reading this and letting a
check.
cabin member know if you have any questions. Thank you for flying with us
And
again, and we hope you
spoilers.
enjoy your flight.
armed.
The cabin is ready for takeoff.
So I will now disappear in a couple of seconds.
Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome aboard flight.
Tow is disconnected and bypass bin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
1 hour.
And there we go.
50 minutes.
If I use the
we ask that you
toast
make
lights
sure that all devices are in
now,
airplane mode and your larger devices are now shut
tucks
down
it
and
out the
stowed.
way.
If you have not already, please fasten your seatbelt and verify it
And
is
as soon
low
as
and
you're
tight
gone,
across
I
your lap.
can then
Your tray tables and
taxi.
seatbacks must be in the full upright and locked position for departure.
Oops, I forget the aircraft
Cabin
actually
crew,
has
prepare
enough
doors for departure, cross
power
checks,
to go on its
verify
own
straps,
without
and
using
stand by
thrust.
for all calls.
There we go. Make sure that flight services are responding, which they are. Yep, that's looking good. You can also see the sunset as well now, starting to shine into the cockpit. So, by the time we even get in the air, will there be any sunlight left for us to enjoy? Also, I must say, I have been passing through Italy quite a lot recently. I mean, mid last year, went to Venice. Then I went to I went to Milan in November. Then when I'm going to Finland, I went through Milan in December. January, going straight through Milan again. Like I said, I've been to all 3 Milan airports in the space of 2 months. It's crazy. I mean, Linate not an airport that I thought I'd ever be able to go through. I mean, it's basically the equivalent of London City. The only people we ever see using it are business people going straight through. And I'd say that very much will be the demographic of the flights that I take. I'll be the only tourist within that plane. Everyone else will be suited up, coming out of a meeting. Looking pretty important. So all looks good, apart from the fact that I've realised I'm going to the opposite end runway. That, however, won't be too much of a problem. Winds are calm enough, we'll just do a switch. So if I say 26 on the 5 Bravo, insert that, not a problem. It's quite an interesting one actually, it just loops us around the airports. Anyways, we'll hold short of the runway. We've actually passed the hold short point, so we'll just stop here. Departing runway 26, India Charlie Charlie, traffic. Landing lights on, taxi lights off. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Cabin crew, please be seated for departure. Alright, off we go. Put a little bit more throttle in, just get the aircraft onto the runway. And then there we go. All looking good. Engine is stable. Let's go. V1, rotate. Positive climb gear up. And there we have it. Off we go. Pass through 1000. That's up one. 1500s. Bring the throttle back to climb. Yep. Never nose off a tiny bit there. Not the best climb out ever. But hey, enough to bring the autopilot into action. And there we go. Not a bad takeoff by any means. Should now do the loop that the SID gives us out of it. Yeah, into back over the airport and then out again. But hey, not bad at all. There's the volcano over there, the old mountain. Can't remember the name of it, but it's there. And so actually I will say, I mean I was thinking of climbing it, it's like certainly in my things to do, but ultimately the amount of time I had in Catania just wasn't enough really. So it's something for me to maybe do another day, another time I come here. Certainly more in the summer, or maybe just off-season summer. So there we go, cancel waypoint now. We should start that right hand turn, passing through 7,500, so soon to be 10,000 as well. There we go. Yeah, not bad that. The orange glow certainly adding a bit of life to the sim. There you go, that's 9,500, passing through 10,000 now, so then lights come off.
Gentlemen, we are now passing through 10,000 feet. You can now turn on your larger portable electronic devices. As a reminder, please keep your seatbelt fastened while you are seated and do not congregate in the galley or near the lavatory.
It is beautiful. Toeless aircrafts. Explain scenery and lighting. It really is beautiful. And also, as I talked about in yesterday's stream as well, the 717 flying at night, certainly, or at least flying in the evening during sunset. There's just a mood in the cabin that really. It's different. It's a lot more relaxed. And there we go, now completing the loop. And very shortly, we'll then be on our flight plan. So 1 hour and 20 odd minute flights. Time between Catania and Milan. Pretty much the exact same time as it was yesterday from Venice, actually. So as you can probably imagine, flying to a slightly different part of the country. Especially in a 319, should just be easy peasy. Absolutely no input from me whatsoever flights. There we go. So now somewhere below us should then be the airports. There we go, first waypoints, Indax. By taking off on the wrong one way, all I've done is just add an extra like 20 seconds to my flight. 20 seconds, I'm like 4 minutes to my flights. Something I always keep forgetting to do. One day I'll remember. One day. So just past through 20,000. No more flight levels to go into each cruise. Yeah, massive credit to the PBR artist for Tolis and the way the lights does just shines and reflects off the body. So nicely done. I mean, P3D is PBR as well, but it really isn't as nicely defined as this one. The whole explains environments just is phenomenal. I certainly can't wait to see how Microsoft competes with this as well in nighttime. I mean, I've seen actually it at nighttime. It ain't bad, but the problem is, it ain't here yet. Still waiting for Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. But I'm sure once it does drop, oh boy, things will be massive. Go. We probably could see this now actually as well, since we are certainly high enough to allow it. No turbulence. Nothing at all. It's going to cause any problem for this flight. Turn it off there as well. And so we've got our passengers. All currently very satisfied.
The flight crew has turned off the fasten seatbelt sign. You can now get up and move about the cabin. However, we ask that you keep your seatbelt fastened when seated in case of unexpected.
Some very young passengers aboard this plane, I must say. Yeah, certainly a younger demographic on board today. Otherwise, everyone's nice and more plain sailing, basically. So, we'll get to cruising altitudes. That's going to make my next announcements in the cabin. And then from there, fly the rest of the way into the sunsets. You can see now we're making the final waypoint and then heading in a straight line, basically. Yeah, it's pretty much direct to Milan. One slight deviation at Pella, sorry. But generally pretty straightforward. Yep, it's is that Catania? No, it's different airports. Not sure which one exactly. Yeah, not the best sound for flyby, I'll be honest. But not bad. Certainly not bad. was looking at the angle the aircraft was flying at. There's a bit of crabbing going on. Did not realise it was 75 knot wind. Fortunately, it's not a direct headwind, so it's going to affect us horribly. It's actually enough to slow us down a slight bit of our airspeed. Just realised my spotter's alarmed. Whoops. That's fine. Ooh, TCAS standby. Do not turn on the transponder. I'm really going crazy today. There we go, that's better. Swap my Charlie. If I was an active controller, I'd be able to realise that. They'd tell me, but hey, it happens. So, it has been a good flight so far. Very stable. Absolutely nothing affecting us right now. It's just straight line flights from here to Milan. Top of descent won't be for another hour or so, maybe just shy of that. Yeah, I'll tell you, when we do get to the dead away points, the wind will certainly not be in our favour. There we go. Welcome to cruise. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. An update from the flight deck. We have just reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet, and we'll be cruising for a good hour or so until we start our descent into Milan. Once again, we thank you for flying with Alitalia today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this pleasant flight. Check will do. Hello again, ladies and gentlemen. An update from the flight deck. We have just reached our cruising altitude of 32,000 feet, and we'll be cruising for a good hour or so until we start our descent into Milan. Once again, we thank you for flying with Alitalia today, and we hope you enjoy the rest of this pleasant flight. I'm basically listening to the exact same message I said 10 seconds ago, but with a slightly different filter going on top of it, and all of a sudden it sounds like a whole new message. So enticed to hear it. Here they go. Snacks and drinks now starting, so passengers get fed.
In a few moments, our lovely flight attendants will be starting our in-flight service. We'll be serving complimentary drinks and snacks. Premium drinks are available for a small charge. Please note we only accept credit cards.
It's been good so far. Nice and simple. Just one thing you get with Airbus aircraft, simplicity. I mean, I prefer my hands on, as you guys know, but I won't lie. Sometimes simplicity is a nice way to take things, a bit of a slower pace. All looks good. See what traffic got in the area on Project's flight. Anything interesting worth following up on? Oops, hang on, let's make the screen a bit bigger. There we go. Right, so there we are. Alitalia AZ1704. You can see a little loopy takeoff there. Nothing really near us. Got another Italia, this one landing in Napoli from Venice. Napoli. Got this one doing an interesting route. Venice to Napoli. What did you... there's an airport there, so I don't like multiple legs in one go. That's what it looks like. Not sure what you've done here at Venice. Yeah, obviously some missed approach in the second attempt at landing. Another waypoint. Yeah, I'm not sure what you're doing, but obviously ain't working for you. You've got this one, a UPS 752. Preferred to Athens, pretty standard routes. Notice we've got green up there. Who's this? It's non-shell parts. Add them for their username. Oslo to Frankfurt for them. That's pretty much it for Frano. There's another one over there. Who are you? X-Plane Finland. You're not. No, different person I'm thinking of. A couple of these challenging approaches. Still gets to most of myself. So how's my profile looking? Got a couple of long flights sticking out here now. Achievements, got one challenging approach Madeira. The rest of them not yet even started thinking of yet. Catania diversion at some point. We'll see if that comes to our way. Every country, probably not anytime soon. Logbook's pretty standard, just full of these aircrafts and flights. Plenty of friends on here as well. There we go, most of the aircraft flown. Delta Yankee Alpha. Let's go through my fleet, shall we? See if I can remember the last time I flew any of these planes. Air Canada Rogue, that was the flight for Canada to the Caribbean. Getting the airport names. Yeah, that one, Canada to Caribbean. Don't know if I'll ever fly that one again. Probably not. Tap Air Portugal. At some point I will probably do that again. Alitalia I'm in now. British Airways I'll definitely fly again. American Airlines. Yeah, I can see myself flying that again. Finnair, certainly. A350 1000. Again, we'll see. We'll see. It's a bit of a fun one, this, actually. Got 712s. Volataire 712. I'd like to fly this one again at some point, since this is still active. As for the blue one, I'm probably going to save that for next Santa runs. Do the flight from Helsinki to Rovaniemi and back. I was going to try and do it last year, but then things didn't quite work out for me. Ryanair 738, definitely going to fly that one again. Delta Yankee Alpha. Norwegian, almost certain to. Privates. Probably not. That was the default PMDG livery, which I did that for other flights. 739, almost certain. 741, yes, actually. It'll be a different livery, but yes. 741 is certainly on my list of planes to fly again. Japan Airlines and Qantas 78s. Qantas definitely during like the long stay of the year again. Japan Airlines. Yes. I'd like to do a flight from Japan to the UK. The A62, of course, during the flight sim shows. Q400, certainly would like to again, but not sure when I'll do it. E190, oh boy, that was a mistake, which you will find out. In fact, let's talk about that, shall we? Let's talk about it. So the E190 for X-Plane. That there is the freeware. Who makes it? Those pay-aware guys did the evolution. 11. Oh, no, not output. Sorry. Aircraft, add an aircraft. Yeah, SSG. Stuff like super critical simulations group, something like that. Yeah, that was their old X-Plane 10 aircrafts, which for its time was blimmin' fantastic. Great aircraft, still is. Problem is, on X-Plane 1130, the cockpit broke in its entirety, so right now I'm thinking in my head, is there an old FSX or P3D aircraft I could maybe do that return flights in, or do I use a different aircraft, which for me wouldn't feel right, so I'm doing this premiere real world stuff, or what I might even do I just leave it? I'd be disappointed, but if I've got no alternative, then yeah, what else can I do, really? So yeah, I'll figure out what we do with that one. The E190 by SSG, as great as it is, just doesn't work on this version of X-Plane. There we go, sun's now pretty much set. We currently are quarter of the way into flight now. Fortunately, it's not a terribly long one, this. Just a domestic Italian flight. The return leg back to the UK, I can tell you, will be the... actually, no, it'll be the outbound flight to Venice will be the longest flights. So it's flying a lot more to the east for that one. It's peaceful. Certainly it's peaceful. We'll have Naples to our right hand side in a couple of moments. I'm not sure if we'll be able to spot much of that as we go past, but Naples will be to our right hand sides. We do fly along the coast of Italy for this one. There we go. So, it's now at this point the winds will go directly perpendicular away from the flight. So, this is now where the engines will need to work the most to keep the aircraft flying in straight level flights. And also to be facing to the left a lot more than we should be. Keep the aircraft flying normal. Crapping basically right to its limit at this point. You could not get a more perpendicular wind if you even wanted it. You can see the aircraft's pretty much drifting around the corner now. See where the centre of the aircraft is. Yeah, pretty much drifting that one. So, in terms of future flights and plans I've got, next week, or at least next weekend, I'm in the country. And so I'll probably just be focusing on a few stuff at home for that. And then, things get quite interesting. So, let's say next week I'm in the UK. The weekend after, I go to Vienna. I go to Austria. The weekend after, I then go to France. I go to Paris. And for that, I'll be taking Eurostar. So I've never actually taken Eurostar before. It'll be the first time for me. And yeah, something for me to very much look forward to. And the following weekend, I'm in Oslo. So I've got flights. Well, not a flight because I've got the train there, but I've got travel after travel after travel. Next, including this weekend, 5 weeks, 4 weeks in a different country. So, as I said, people take a break to go on holiday. I'm the opposite. I take a break from holidays to get back to work. And it's great because the Ryanair seat sale just started again. So, fly to anywhere for like €5 at this point. It's crazy. I will be honest though, it's at a point where I've been to so many places, done so many things, it's kind of lost its shine a bit for me, travel. I enjoy it, don't get me wrong. You sit on a plane, I love the thrill of takeoff and landing, but it has kind of slowly lost its thrill. I think for me the high from Finland, that's still very much running through me. Yeah, do miss that place. Friends out there, fantastic. Yeah, next time I go out there, probably looking for the autumn. First thing to ask me, change your career, I think. Change job, change your pace, start something a bit fresh, and settle in. And with that new job, travel less, basically. Start afresh. I've seen the world, now it's time to work a bit. Once I've done that, start travelling out of Europe a bit more as well. Again, that turn should allow us to go against the winds a little bit more. Already the engines are starting to go down a bit. Not as strenuous there. Ah, okay. I mean, there's no active AT at the moment, so I'll go for the standard approach that we've been given, which is the 3-6. Yep. 1 Romeo, Calor 1 Romeo. I have to check my yeah, I have to double check my charts for that one. Don't think it's a Cali. Let me get some charts up for this airport. So I should be looking for a Calmo 2 Romeo. Sorry, Cal 1 Romeo. That does not exist for me. Jet view usually pretty good for me. I like Jeppesen charts. Some don't like them, but I've never had a problem with them. So that's the Calic. Yeah, that's the Cali. How does that look for me? Oops, that could work actually. Bravo Delta 2 Alpha. One Delta may do it for me. Via no via. Here's that Calmo to Calic, which I want to look at. How many miles apart are they? 13. Go to plan modes. Yes, if I go straight from Gipix to Calic, that's basically the approach that I was doing, but coming in from different waypoints. So Gipix to Calic, and then from there, it's basically just straight into the airports. Very much straight to the airport. Okay, we'll insert that. So we don't use to send now to get to Emboss 1659. So at least another 20 minutes for a cruise at this point. Ooh, okay, Linate traffic. That's runway 36. You know, that's Zulu. We'll do the same as well, actually. That'll do. Perfect. So if there is traffic in the area, basically just got some monitored. Ooh, pardon me. Dry air there. Do you know it gets like you sucking you open your mouth, breathe with your mouth, it's like gets really dry all of a sudden. That yeah, as I was saying, if there's traffic coming into Linate now, best keep a close eye on the radio chatter for the next couple of minutes. Nice interior actually, you can see coming in through there. Quite nicely the wooden interior on the walls, red upholstery, leather seating. It's quite nice, quite tasteful. Well, I'm almost certain going to be one of the older Alitalia aircraft they have in the fleets. I'm not so sure they have the newer ones on there. Actually, domestic flights they may do. Catania to Linate, they may actually. Especially Linate being there. City business airport from Milan. Yeah, I can actually see that happening. Fingers crossed. Nice and peaceful, just the way I like it. I say that, don't jinx it, touch wood. Nothing bad's gonna happen for me tonight. There we go, not too far now. The right hand turn at Giglio certainly straightened things up. I'm going to Gipix instead of the previous waypoints, which allows us to streamline our approach in nice and easy. Not too far now, yeah. We're halfway through the flights. And so I land, and it's a 50-minute connection time to get to the next flight. I'm hoping that transfers in Linate is not too difficult to get to, because it certainly will be a bit of a rush. Maybe time to grab a snack or something, we'll see. Interesting with the Milan cityscape at night as well. It'd be some pretty cool lighting there, because Linate is itself, it's just outside the very centre of the city to the east. It's not quite London City where it is pretty much in the heart of it, but ever so slightly away. But we should get some pretty fantastic night lighting coming in, certainly low over the city. the information for Linate. So I'm pretty clear right now, so 1 knot 230. QNH 1026. Ultimately, very quiet right now. Nothing going on at Linate. No winds, no clouds, no nothing. Probably the most straightforward landing I've done this week so far in Flight Sim. So, counts this waypoint now. Very shortly. There you go, my waypoint right now. Destination data, I've already done that. Which is no more discrepancies, which there are not. Intercepting at 3,000. Yes, 3,000. Descent in 4 minutes. 4 minutes. So, not long now until we do reach our destination. Been airborne for about an hour now. Yeah, just over an hour of airtime. couple of moments to get ready to go on that. Oh, that little detail there. Cabin altitude 6,760 feet. So it does actually the aircraft does simulate the cabin where it is. Very nice. As I say, the Tolis is a fantastic aircraft. 3,800 kilos of fuel on board, so we've used just under half of it. There's too much need for me to use the terrain radar. Actually, I say that coming to Milan is the Alps, not far enough north for that to be a problem for us. If it's going into burger mode, then absolutely, especially at night. But not for Linate. There's a parallel runway here. It's only 1,000 feet long, so not really, probably like a grass strip at best. Anyways, let's push that button, and let's start our descent. Five, 353. There you go. LNT, Linate. There we are. So we get to about 20,000. We'll turn the seatbelt sign back on again. And prepare everything for the landing. Now passing over Pisa right now. Okay, passing over Pisa. That's still a fair bit north for us, not massively. And as we are descending, so he starts to count down for us. 026 secure note. Make sure that gets input as well. Uh, 230 at 1 knots. Current temperature is Hey Google, what is the temperature Hey Google. Oh gosh, Google's died on me. Try a third time lucky. Hey Google, what is the temperature in Milan? Degrees, okay. Whoops, ooh, didn't fall out the aircraft there. Oh yeah, 2 degrees does say. I'm just in the wrong place. I wonder. Actually, maybe not, because this one's not the most detailed external model. Let me say, can I set the model like this? Set my transition, say, back into the interior. It's like that, but I'm not so sure. Yeah, it's just easy to keep like that, ain't it? Oh well, I thought. So, now passing through 23,000s. 230. Let's get this seatbelt sign back on, shall we? Same for packs. Seatbelt sign on. Passengers look happy. Next place to arrive about 30 minutes or so. Good flight so far.
Please return to your seat, fasten your seatbelt.
passing through 17,000 now. Right, we'll definitely overland then. Right, 13,000, soon be below the 10,000 feet threshold. I'm surprised that the cabin crew haven't set anything about descent yet. Normally they're quite prompt at 20,000, but not this time. Where's our ETA for landing, so I'll give the cabin crew the correct info as well. 1720. Missing a limb. Yeah, so we're actually about 10 minutes now, aren't we? So go get the announcements ready. Cabin crew, 10 minutes for landing, 10 minutes. Cabin crew, 10 minutes for landing, 10 minutes. So, as it stands, according to the radar, there is not a single plane anywhere near me. There is a TBM in the area. There you go. You're on Batsman as well. Traffic. Runway 36 via Sid. Sorry, star even. Cali 1 Delta. ETA 9 minutes. Because there is a TBM in the area, so they will pose as a traffic for us to deal with. We're here. They're there. Linate. Here. And you can see with their flight plans being a bit funny right now, so we'll see what happens, see if they respond or not. Right, 10,000 feet. And the lights on. It's been below 250. So now it's continue descent. Perfect. Do. That's the QNH is set. And very shortly, everything's ready for landing. We'll start doing flaps shortly as well. Definitely need to slow down a little bit. Unfortunately, the A320 series aircraft is generally pretty smart and doesn't know that if you're going a bit too fast, not to trax the flaps. Set the brakes to medium. And that's first you will need at this point in time. Going through some cloud cover, but not much of it. Weather update again. I can see that it's still fairly clear around the airport. Obviously break through this last little bit, should then clear up quite nicely for us. Pass through 7,000, still descending, all looks good. Yeah, not the best sound in terms of the flyby, like I said earlier, but still a great aircraft. I'm sure once the sound pack releases as well, things will be nicely done for that. I can't wait for the 321 either. So 321 should definitely be another fantastic release. They've done a lot of stuff to those recently. I mean, you've got the 350 update as well, the Citizen Stars finally introduced. I wouldn't be surprised they got a couple of other projects as well, just hidden away, ready to go. already at 4,000. Yeah, but it's still quite a fair bit out for us. This descent. A bit faster, I must say. The intercept's not too far away for us. So it's slowing down a bit more. Let's get back to slowing down now. Localizer. There we go, already connected. And let's hit approach. There we go. Get down. Flaps 4. So now just wait for the aircraft's altitude to match the glide slope, and we'll continue descent through that. So yeah, not as clear as the 73's magenta diamonds. I always liked that at the 737, but with the A320 series, the aircraft pretty much knows exactly what it's doing before it even knows what it's doing, to be fair. Computers in this thing are that smart. There we go. Descent's now going to continue. Pre-landing checklist. So spoilers armed, flaps set to landing config, gear down 3 greens, auto brakes set, seatbelt signs active, landing lights active, landing. 36, and more. Landing clearance Scots. Let's do this. So we're not actually in Milan just yet. We're on the outskirts of the city. Melegnano at the moment. That's a new one for me. I genuinely didn't recognise that alarm. Cabin check, sorry. There you go. Re-landing check's complete. There we go, ground's now visible. That's the end of the runway. Cabin crew, seats for landing, seats for landing. Before I forget. Cabin crew, seats for landing, seats for landing. Right. So I disconnect. Auto throttle disconnect. Nice and simple. So no wind on the aircraft right now, it's 1 knot. No turbulence, nothing to worry about.
Glide slow.
Committed.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Let's reverse thrust. There we go. Ah, there we go. I'm not too sure why my reverse thrust key wasn't set up correctly. But hey, no need for it in the end. We are down. 190 feet per minute.
Ladies and gentlemen,
Oh,
welcome
jeez.
to Milan. The local time is 6:23 p.m. You can now use your mobile devices. Please remain seated until the aircraft has come to a complete stop and the seatbelt sign is turned off. Remember to use caution when opening the overhead bins, as items may have been shifted during the flight.
There's the terminal,
If this
so
is your
use the
final
next exit points
destination,
in
we
front
thank
of
you for
us.
flying with us. If you're making
Yeah, not a terrible flight
connection,
overall.
we encourage you to check your itinerary to ensure a
Nice
smooth
and quiet.
continuation of your journey.
Nice and simple. As I say, just the way I like it. Not a bad landing overall to end it. Goes down. Brakes are hot, so use the brake fans to cool them down. Go relatively straightforward. Now taxi to the gates, where in under an hour I'll be airborne again, this time on board an NVIDIA E190. So I'll have a look at the landing replay for this one. So let's get the passenger view once we reach the gates as well. Austrian Airlines to our right. But overall, like I say, it's been a good flight this. Nothing that I can really say otherwise. Nice and relaxed. Nice and easy. And we landed in a very good time. What is our flight time? 1:29. Oops, bit of an overdone turn that, but that's fine. Just turn off the landing lights, I've realised, because we see straight off the runway there. Preferably not drive straight to the jet bridge as well, that'd be appreciated. This is why you have two pilots. One can drive, the other one can fiddle around the switches. Right, center the aircraft up. Stop it there. Parking brake set. And engines off. So you've got signs off. Good evening, gentlemen, and welcome to Milan, where the local time is 17:26. Once again, we thank you for flying with Alitalia once again, and we ask you to sit. Thank you for blah, 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 blah. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check. That was by far the worst message I've ever given over that.
And welcome to Milan.
But hey, passengers will react to that in the same way as per usual.
Once again, we thank you for
Not a bad
flying
stop.
with
Forgot the airline name.
Alitalia once
That was a
again.
disaster
And
from
we
me.
ask you to sit. Thank you for blah, blah, blah. Cabin crew, disarm doors and cross-check.
Story of me. Right, anyways, on the ground now. Let's get all these ground services on. Open the screen. Connect to external power, so that can come on. APU off. APU bleed stays off. Open the front exit and open the cargo doors, since these will be used to be aboard the aircraft. And ground handling, also bring in the two baggage tugs. This then ends the flights on our trackers, so project flight can now complete. Packs can now end flights. There we go, soft landing. Everyone's very happy at that, actually. It's good to see. Good to see for once people are actually satisfied. And so, we also disconnect from that sim just to avoid any issues with replays. Let's now secure the exits. So stay open the replays anyway. And then, yeah, let's give this a look from the passenger and outside point of view. So just bring it back a short bit, nothing too long. There we go. So, have a look from the passenger. Pretty much nighttime flights, nothing too much to see on the outsides. Yep, cabin lights dimmed as well. And yeah, nicely done. Slight float on that, but nothing crazy bad. Let's have a look from the outside as well. So there we go. On short final, nice and stable. There was that moment we did have to increase the throttle slightly because we were going a little bit too low on the glide slope. And again, that was only for a fraction of a second, basically. Nice and stable, over the thresholds. and down. That's no flight there at all. That was a textbook landing, that. Apart from the fact I couldn't find where the reverse thrust was, but hey, didn't need that in the end. And yeah, that pretty much now concludes the first leg in this back to the UK. As I say, in less than an hour I've got the second leg to Linate, sorry, from Linate to City. And so, fingers crossed if I've got an E190 I can fly, I'll do it. If not, then that concludes that. So, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Leave a like if you did enjoy it, do subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the near future. Bye bye.